up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dad's Rad Fords. Today, we're playing with my girl Jolene. Finished the build series, trying to chop a couple things off the list. I got me a list, I'll show you on camera in a minute. I've got me a revised list of crap that needs to be done. We need to get finished up on this thing. The main points I want to hit today is get the cooling fan working. I had some differences in connectors and whatnot, and a different fan. I'm pointing the wrong way. Connectors and whatnot, different fan. Get the fan wired up, get it wired to the computer, working like it's supposed to. You know the deal. We don't like turning on switches and all that crap, turning fans on, fuel pump, all that junk. I like to hit the key, ride out. Get our exhaust on it. It has no exhaust. It has long tubes and an H pipe. And that's it. It's obnoxious loud. Just got the tag for it the other day. That was a big deal. Got it inspected, got the tag for it. We're legal for the road, so now we got to make it road worthy, if you will. I'll show you what we're doing with the exhaust. I may have already showed you in the last video, but it's going to come out the bedside. We got to do some fabrication stuff, so that's kind of what I want to tackle first. I've already got most of my fan wiring kind of ready. So, cab bolts, fan, exhaust, and a couple of just tidy up things under the hood I would like to get done before I can cruise this thing like wherever I want to. Take the old lady to dinner in if I want to. Actually, my main point, we have a local, they do it twice a year, our local town. They do like a big car show in the downtown area, super cool park, and it's in a couple weeks from today. So I'm trying to chop a couple things off to where it can at least make it to its first cruise in. I know it's, you know, still we're gonna need a ton of work and this and that. We still gotta do the interior, gotta get floor pans in it, man, whatever. We can ride around like it is. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get into today. Exhaust, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Exhaust, body mounts, bolted down, fan, and I really want to get at least the fuel level gauge working because I don't have an odometer nor have a fuel level gauge, so I might try to get into that. I don't know if I'll get into that in this video. It's not that big of a deal to hook up. I've already kind of laid everything out, just make a couple of connections, and we should have a working fuel gauge. Also, coolant temp gauge, that's the only two gauges the truck has. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you kind of what I got going on. I'll throw it on the lift. We'll get some stuff going with the exhaust. Because like I said, I think I want to tackle that first because that's what's got to be fabricated, made. I'm going to try to get the muffler mounted. And then most likely I'm just going to run it down to our local muffler shop because it's only going to need a couple of feet of pipe to go into the muffler. I don't know if I feel like chopping, cutting up and all that stuff. I just want to have a muffler shop. Run that real quick. I'm done. And then I feel like she's ready to go. So let's show you what we got going on with the exhaust. Okay, so here's where we're at with our fan connector. I just had to make a connector because this connector was different than my harness connector. They didn't all jive, so I had this round style connector, wired it in there, just was waiting on some heat shrink, and we're gonna put that into, we'll use this connector. Yeah, we'll get rid of this connector, tie all this into those wires, and then we'll be able to put our connector back in the stay where it goes, be all nice and tidy. It'll look like Ford did it. That's the plan. The other thing I think I would like to knock out if I have time today is just a little bit of a rat's nest of wiring back there that needs to be just kind of thinned down, tidied up, get the computer mounted. This is the computer harness, everything right out of our donor car. Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar, this is our Crown Vic swapped F100. Started kind of painting on the firewall. You can see the difference there, nothing crazy, just trying to get some uniform with black under here. I've always had the vision of painting the engine bay some kind of wild color just for the heck of it, but I do want to get all this looking decent, black, just uniform so it doesn't look so rough because I never intend on this truck to be a show truck or anything to be pretty. It was a function over form build. I just want it to all work and everything just like factory. Like I said, make it like Ford did it. Jump in, hit the key, drive it wherever you want to. We're not going to win no car shows with this engine bay, and I don't really care. Yeah, and y'all already know the deal. I'm already goofing with a BMX bike in the back of it. I thought I'm just trying to get this Diamondback some colorway going. I want to build this bike out, put decals and all the right stuff on it, and I thought the orange kind of went with the orangish red of this truck, and you know, yeah, I'm a big BMX dork. But I mean, really, like, what am I doing if I don't have this rad truck and I don't throw a bicycle in the back of it? Might as well just weld a bicycle to the bed. It's just going to cruise around like that. It levels the truck up, in my opinion. Cool kid, thanks. So I got some heat shrink tubing. I need to run a little bit of tape and kind of melt that. This split loom, if you'll just, your small torch will melt all these frayed ends and you can pinch it down and it looks really nice. So we'll finish that off, but I got the fan hooked up, wire stay in place. We're all wired in. So now let's go over here to the trusty scan tool. And, well, we don't want that. See if our fan actually works. So, let's get in here and get hooked up to this old thing. I got the Maximus hooked up. See if our fan works. See if it'll actually still, yeah, we're in there. Let's see, we're actually gonna click Lincoln because this was a donor, the donor car was a Lincoln. So yeah, we're in there, look at there. Lincoln, got the VIN in there, diagnostics. Let's see if we can get in here and make our fan work. If I can command it on, then I'll know that the circuit is good for the fan and then the computer is gonna turn the fan on instead of trying to crank the truck up, let it sit here and get warm, and I can just test it right here with the trusty scan tool. We're looking for PCM, enter. Okay, actuation test is what we want. Sorry there's a bad glare on this screen. I'm trying to capture all this for you, but there is a horrible glare. So let's see, we got all these options in here. We want fan control. Yep, we know the computer controls it. So we got fan off and on. With any luck, we'll turn this fan on and hit the on command. I hear it. I hear it ramping up. Yep. We got fan, boys. There she is, ripping. There's the jump box beeping at me. Okay, all right, that's a big deal. So our fan works, our circuitry is good for the fan, the computer turns it on. Once she gets up to proper temp, it'll kick the fans on, kick them off when it needs to. There's no turning them on, turn them off. The computer's gonna do all of it. Once I get the AC finished up in it, the AC command will all be through the PCM. It's all already wired. Literally put them in place. Our fan is working. We got that hurdle done, so that's a big deal. So let's move on, get some exhaust on this thing so we're not waking everybody in 3 counties when we drive it. My muffler. This is a Stainless Works muffler, 3-inch in, 2 nice tips out. I actually have a pair of these that I dug out of the dumpster when I was working at Krause. Somebody had threw them in the metal dumpster. I used to check that thing every day for good quality junk. Pulled these out, and here we go. We're gonna put them, so my plan is for it to live like right here. I'm gonna try to cut a notch and a notch. I'm trying to use my hole saw, cut 2 notches out so the tips can come out the bedside. So the muffler is going to live right, up in here. So I got to cut this little deal off. I think this is the alignment pin for when the frames come down the factory. I'm going to cut that off because it's all up in my way. And then we're going to get some stands, a couple pole jacks. We will get the muffler mocked up here, mark it, cut the bedside, and I'll have to probably get a couple of exhaust hangers. I'm not sure how I'm gonna. I would love to utilize this with a rubber isolator and then just weld a rod up there and then maybe another mount off the back so the muffler is kind of rigidly mounted. But let's cut that little tang off, then we'll get the muffler up here. So here's kind of what I'm working with. I've got my tips roughly, I kind of wanted it just, not looking for perfection, but just kind of roughly, sorry, I was way off there. Centered here in this portion of the bedside. I'm just gonna mark it here, cut me some hoops out, and looks like I'll put some kind of a hanger from here to the frame, and then something up here inside the bed, maybe to this brace. And then it's just connecting those two pipes. I've got a 3-inch Y right here that I took off of. This is like a Super Duty, a gas burner Super Duty catalytic converter system. I cut the Y pipe out of it because it's a 3-inch into 2.5. And something into there to there. I'll probably just cut this up to where it's just a Y right there, and then I'm gonna take it to the muffler shop and have them connect that. But looks pretty good. That's the lowest the drive shaft will ever hang, so there's plenty of room to run the exhaust right there, from there to there, under the drive shaft. Like I said, this is full droop on the rear suspension. It doesn't have much. It's a 4-link with coilover, so it's not like it has a ton of up and down movement. But yeah, I think I'm gonna move forward right now, cutting the bedside. See what this looks like. I'm just gonna make a couple of marks with my trusty paint pen if I can get the top off of it one-handed. Yeah, so let's see. Trusty paint pen, actually the same paint pen I cleaned up Maxine's interior with. I'm just gonna make a mark to where that's roughly the outside of that tip. That's basically the middle. And then that is roughly the outside of that tip. So I've got, actually I'd like to pull this one. Actually, that's pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna take the hole saw probably, see how that works out. I think if I do 2 hole saw cuts right there, that'll work out. So let me get the hole saw loaded up in a drill and see what we can make happen. All right, I got the trusty hole saw loaded up, and I guess I'm just gonna commit. That looks about right there. I think that's about what I'm looking for. I'm thinking about half of the hole saw will get me up there, and let's see what happens. Okay, we're committed. I think we need a different hole saw, because this one just got annihilated. So let's see. Let me just make a reference to how this would be. So yeah, so if I can make it pretty, okay, so I need to make a mark tighter than looser. Okay, so I guess I'm going to use the hole saw as a marker. That one's a little higher. That's... Okay, got that marked. I wonder if I can take my body saw and just maybe trace those. We'll see. I'm not very good with it, but we'll see. Okay, trusty body saw. This thing works really good. I'm just not very good at using it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's see what happens. It's actually going pretty decent. I might have to get in here and probably make it look really neat with the grinder, but this thing does make quick work, except for when the panel starts vibrating. It's vibrating too fast for the saw, but it's gonna be decent at best. Make me a little paint line to follow before I get way out of whack. Just kind of complete my circle here. Looks good from my house. That looks like something. It looks like a looks like the roof of a barn, but whatever. Well, there's that. Let's see how poorly our muffler fits now. Let's see what we got here. Put this up in here like this. That was there. And okay, that's something. That's about what I was looking for. Obviously, I need to open up the ends a little bit. Let's take the paint pen. We need to continue this circle on out about through there. And this one might need to be, well, we'll open that up first and see where it fits. But that's looking like something. I mean, we're getting there. That's what I was going for. I originally kind of thought, I don't know how up in the camera I am. I originally kind of thought I could put them like 2 circles, but the way it winds up and the muffler would be really high, I just think that's gonna look neat. Tucked right up in there, I'm gonna keep this cut really tight so it looks like it's just formed to the body. So let's finish trimming this. I'm getting excited now, guys. Now let's see what we got. I'm digging it. It's coming out. I'm gonna have to round it out a little bit with the grinder. Like I said before, many times, I'm not very good at this kind of fabricating junk, but I can do a thing or two. Oh yeah, we're getting up in there now. Oh, I'm digging on that. Go up a little higher. See where we need to trim. Probably just get in here with the grinder and just open that up right there. And we need to open this up a little bit right in through there. Let me take a step back and look at that myself. Oh yeah, we're getting there. That's looking like something. I'm digging on it. So if I open that up, then I can tilt, because it looks like right now it's a little crooked. So clean that up and we ought to be looking good. I'm actually digging the way that's looking right there, fellas. I am into it. That's decent. That's 2 huge holes in the side of my bed. I'm gonna try to round them out a little more with the die grinder. Actually, I wonder if I can use, we'll get the other angle grinder with an aggressive Scotch-Brite. Sorry about my leaking air hose. I'm about fed up with air hoses recently. Let's see where we're at now. I think I'm gonna get some like, I think I might grab something to kind of fatigue this, maybe some Scotch-Brite and some lacquer thinner to kind of blend my cuts in so it's always looked like that. Let's see how our muffler fits. I want it like super snug in the opening. Oh yeah, I'm into that. I'm into that, fellas. That is making me happy. I bet it looks great from the top. Actually, I'm gonna get my step ladder so I can look down on it. Look down my nose at it. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm into that. Maybe you can pull them out just a skosh. Oh yeah, I think I like that right there. I think I like that much poke out of it right there. That actually looks pretty sick. Are we even? I feel like we need to maybe angle. No, that's money right there. Do we need to maybe, yeah, just a hair angled back more? Nope, that was perfect. I think I like that right there. I am liking that. So now I just need to figure out a couple of exhaust hangers, and maybe I just need to call the parts store, get a couple of hangers, because I think I could probably bolt one there, weld it to the muffler, and then I think I could probably come off of here and weld one right to this tip. And so that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so I got a couple of these exhaust hangers. One of them is, this one's rubber. The one on the left is like got a metal strap. It'll be pretty rigid. I think I'm gonna put the metal strap out here closer to the tip so it keeps them really solid. So we'll put the metal one. I'm gonna try to maybe bolt this one. Let's see if I can get a good camera angle. If I can bolt it to there, or weld it to there. Let's get over here on this side. Something, yeah, that'll work right there. I can drill a couple of holes, or I might just, let's see, to this bracket and to there, just weld it straight to there. Maybe, yeah, anyways, you get the gist. I'm gonna put one, we'll kind of angle it. Maybe I can drill a hole up there, weld it here so the tips will be really, really solid. And then this one here, let's see if I can open it with one hand, is slightly different. And that will work fine. I'll be able to probably, there goes that one. Maybe something like this. Oh yeah, I like that. That'll work. Actually, a bolt hole lines up right there, and then I'll just tack that in place. Maybe like that, so the rubber is off of there. I'm not, I'm showing you. So yeah, we'll maybe bolt this one to the frame, then let it land on the muffler. There's actually a hole, I think, that lines up. So let's get some hardware and try to get this in there. Not really sure how well that's picking up, but I'm just gonna time lapse it for a minute and let it go while we just kind of get some hangers mocked up in here and see if I can get I want to get the muffler, if I can get the muffler mounted, then I'll show you what I've got going on for the Y pipe and stuff. If I get the muffler secured, I can kind of tack this rest of the exhaust and hook it up. And if any luck, here in a couple hours, we might have a not so obnoxious sounding truck. So let's find a nut and a bolt, preferably with a washer and an OE style piece of hardware. That's my jam, is the OEM style stuff. Let's see what we've got. I know y'all can't see me from here. I'm just digging over here in nuts and bolts. That only needs a little smaller of a bolt. Okay, I'm back. So, what I think I would like to do is put this on here about like this. Drop it down. I'm all up in the camera. Yeah, I know. Yeah, get out of the camera. Yeah, I know, I will. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Might go ahead and get the welder over here and hit a tack on that right there. Let's verify my tip alignment down here. Oh yeah, a little bit of poke out. Gonna be good. I'll dig that. Okay, I can get with that. Let's roll the welder over here. Man, I'm excited today, guys. Okay, that should stay there. That works. Now it's welded to the muffler, but bolted to the truck and bolted there with rubber. Let's make sure nothing moved. Looking good, looking good. Oh, I'm excited about this. Can you guys tell I'm in a fantastic mood and pumped up about my freaking hot rod truck? Coming to life it is. Let's see how we want to do this one. Do I just drill a hole in here? See if I can drill a hole with that real quick. Need more power. Okay. See if we can get this drill up in there. Drill a hole. Hide in. Let's find a nut and a bolt. Sorry I'm not in front of the camera, fellas. Sorry. My bad. My B. We need another nut and a bolt. Want it to be the same size as I just put in there, because that drives me insane in my membrane if they're not. I think we're good there. Now we can move our attention to the rest of this mess of exhaust that we have. Trying to work with. See what you're looking like. Okay, yeah, so you see we kind of got to get from here to there. Yeah, something like that. I have this Y that I cut and put a couple adapters on. It fits in here pretty well. If I can get this angle just right. I'd like to get that to go inside there because that would make my life easier. See if I can work on this. This might take some experimentation. See if this fits this side better. Working with what I got. None of my local muffler shops, they're all booked up. They all act like they don't even want to mess with stuff like this. So I'm just going to try to put something together with what I got. We'll see how it turns out. If it's a horrendous mess, it's a horrendous mess. But, I mean, whatever. Let me try something here. See if I can massage this a little smaller. That's almost got me in there. That's what I need. Okay, so let's show you what we got so far. So I was able to get the passenger side made out of some leftover pieces of pipe. Like I said, I called every muffler shop around. I said, you know what, frig this. I got a bunch of junk laying around. We'll make it happen. Got my Y cut down. Actually put some decent welds on some of this stuff. I'm kind of learning. Whatever, check them out. Muffler is hung, and so now I had to order this little flange piece to go on the back of here. We'll bolt that on, connect this over to here, something like, and we will have, I don't know how that shows up, not very good at all. We will have an exhaust system. Okay, let me see how all this is gonna fit together. I need to clean, let me get my die grinder and clean that end up. All right, that's cleaned up. I actually didn't realize this was gonna be so long. We may end up having to shorten it up to get, maybe not. Let's see. No, I think we're gonna be good. That to there, something like that. Oh, I'm feeling this. Stay. Let me find a couple of nuts to thread on there, but oh man, that actually doesn't look bad. It is just a little, but I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I like it. It's got a little bend. It's all clear of the drive shaft. The suspension is at full droop, so this drive shaft is not gonna come down any further than that. So we got plenty of clearance. The drive shaft tucks up nicely in this truck. Rest of the exhaust is lower than the front part of the exhaust, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see in that frame, but like, so it's not hanging down low. Looks pretty good. I'm on to find some hardware. Got everything in there, kind of fitting up how I want it. Both of these flanges are just loose, but good and finger snug. So I'm going to tack some stuff in place. And we are almost done with our homemade, pieced together exhaust system, and I ain't mad at it. It's not terrible. I've seen and done way, way, way worse. So, judge me if you want to, but I don't care. Hey, hanging under its own weight. Whole exhaust system. I'm gonna grab my wire wheel and clean the rest of this stuff up. It does make a difference. I am slowly learning that all these things everybody says to do, it makes a difference. Cleaning your metal, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I got a couple of small gaps to fill, like right up in here, but that's coming together. I know it's coupled together. It is what it is. It would have been great to have one nice smooth transition bend to there, but this is what we got. It's gonna be fantastic. Let's burn this in. One little spot, probably a couple of little spots, but I can see one right now. snug these up. It's in a weird angle. I guess I should check the tips. Oh my Lord, yes sir. That looks so good. This exhaust system, this botched together exhaust system came out pretty sick. I do say so myself. I'm sure all y'all can all weld better, and that's not the right size nut, and all that cool stuff, but I am excited. Okay, check it. We have a complete exhaust system. I'm gonna just stay at these with the wire wheel and the grinder, get everything cleaned up, give it a coat of paint. I mean, yeah, it's welded on there. It is what it is. Used stuff, it's all I had. Could not get nothing. Nobody at the muffler shop to do anything today. Took it upon myself. I'm gonna crank it up, see how it sounds, check it for leaks. I need to burn in a couple solid welds on these hangers here. Like really weld that in good. And this one back here. But I'm dying to see how it sounds, hear how it sounds. Long tubes, Mustang long tubes, Mustang H-pipe, homemade mid-pipe. Yeah. I am now up to about $24 in this entire exhaust system. So, yeah. All right, y'all, check that out. That's what we're working with. That's our final product. That's what we were looking for. The tips fit so nice in the bedside. It looks really cool. I need to polish them up. So now let's crank it up, see what it sounds like. I am super pumped about the way that sounds. That is aggressive. Idle is mellow, but as soon as you give it some gas, it is loud. Did you see all the leaves that blew out? That was awesome. I haven't even looked at the clip. I'm sure that looked amazing. Yeah, I love the look of the exhaust. Looks good. Clean underneath. I'm going to check it for leaks here in just a second. I got a cab bolt kit on order. I was hoping it'd be here by now, so I'm just going to throw some. I already got 3 of the 6 bolts in. So the rest of them just random hardware to bolt the cab to the frame, and I'm going to drive this thing. What y'all think about this shifter I cobbled up real quick? BMX bike, layback seat post with a grip on it. I'm going to wire up a cable so this has like a detent so when you take it in and out of gear, but right now, let's go drive this old truck. Shoo, let's take this thing down the road, y'all. See how our exhaust sounds, it's got to drive a lot better with the cab bolted down. I only got 1 bolt that's stripped out over there. It's spinning in the bottom bushing. I've got a whole cab bolt and bushing kit coming. Once that gets here, I'll put that last one in there, but let's check this thing out. Tires are up still. Oh, exhaust is great. I feel like I can hear a slight exhaust leak, maybe. I don't know if you can hear it on video. Up at the header, maybe. It's been so dang loud I hadn't been able to diagnose no leaks or nothing, but hey, we're cruising. We are riding. This is the furthest the truck has been so far. I have not made it to the famous Dollar General test drive route yet. She's feeling good. Feeling good. Hear that little bit of a leak? Yeah, it's annoying as hell, but so yeah, what y'all think? I like it. We definitely got a header leak up there in the front somewhere that I guess I couldn't hear when it was open headers that we need to take care of. I have a little time in the morning, but man, I am loving this. It looks clean, tucks right up there under the bed. I am really into it. It sits, it looks like it sticks out, but it really doesn't when you're at the truck. Like, it's just right there, flush Doesn't stick out further than the wheel. I am pumped about it. Yeah, that looks absolutely great to me. Better with the cab bolted down, all that cool stuff. Waiting on the cooling fan to kick on. It's probably not warm enough just yet, but yeah, I heard a slight header leak from somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'll find it, no big deal, not too worried about it. So I realized I forgot to outro this video, so here we are a couple of weeks or so later, outroing the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was good. I enjoyed making the exhaust. I know it's not something crazy custom like some of you guys might have, but I literally made this exhaust system out of junk I had laying around. Now we have an exhaust. Sounds great, looks great. If you guys that see it at the car show, if you want to crawl up under it and critique it, go ahead. Otherwise, it looks amazing, sounds amazing, it does the thing, it works great. I'm not mad. I think I might have said in the video, I've got like 14 or 15 bucks in the entire exhaust system. Done deal. So, leftover parts, scrap parts I had laying around. She's street legal now. I drove it to the car show. That's the car show video you guys saw. Yeah, been driving it. This is what I've been driving around, like if I need to run errands during the day, just running around here, jump in it, hit the road. Everything works now. It's so satisfying to know I can just jump out in here, cruise it down the street, take it to the Dollar General, whatever I need to do. Take it to the Walmart. Appreciate you sticking around for another Jolene video. She's coming around. She's hitting the streets. It's a real deal truck now. I'm so pumped. Got some more as I'm driving. Of course, like any new project, you get them on the road. You're like, oh man, I need to do this. Oh, I need to change this. So that's kind of where we are, but I'm so pumped. This is a legit, I mean, it's daily driver status if you want to. She's good to go. I'm gonna we got an all Ford show coming up this weekend, local all Ford show. Maddie's trying to convince me to go ahead and take this thing, leave one of the pretty cars at home, take this Jewel because she ain't been on the streets yet. That's probably what I'm gonna do. And it's actually a pretty good ways away. It's in a couple counties over. So it'll be a good shakedown, long-term drive for the truck. Anyways, thanks for sticking around, hanging out with me, working on my old junky truck. Here's the outro several weeks later. Anyway, thought it was a pretty good video. Hope y'all are digging it. Hit the links, please. Check out AUXITO. Get you some cool merch for yourself, for your kid, for your nephew, your uncle, somebody. Buy them a dang t-shirt. Buy them something. Anyways, stick around for some more content. There's a couple more videos going to be coming on this truck until we're done with it. I don't know if is anything ever done. Thanks for sticking around. We're loving the support. Like, comment, make sure you're subscribed. Most importantly, freaking stay rad.